Hello my bunnies, it's Tiki's Trinkets here, and today I have for y'all another polymer clay tutorial. Today we are going to be making Miss Undertaker from the Showdown Bandit game by the Meatly and the Beastly Corporation. I think that's the companies that went into making this game. It's not out yet, but it's literally in the making now. But I'm not sure. Anywho, I really love how she came out. If you remember, or if you recall, I made the bandit himself not that long ago. I hate this little contraption thing that I made right here, so anytime I move him, this thing wants to fall everywhere. But I think they just look really amazing together when you put them side by side. They just look perfect. One little snippet about her. If you'll notice in the video, I don't give her legs or feet, but the intention is that it's like the old 1950s or 60s era dress like she's wearing in the game. It's supposed to take place in the old times. She's got her knees bent and her legs out behind her, but her dress is just so big on the train that you just can't see her legs or her feet. Also, I used a little bit of scrap clay under there, and that's a great way to utilize clay. Scrap clay. I think she came out really good, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Next week's tutorial will be, I think, My Singing Monsters, but I'm not sure. This was not a request by anybody. This is just a video I wanted to make. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know you enjoyed the Bandit video. Got a lot of good feedback and a lot of views, and thank you for the 2 new subscribers I got recently too. I'm always grateful for you guys. Last but not least, as you can see, I got a different kind of video editor open behind me. I usually use Windows Movie Maker, but I do want to let you know my videos might be coming out inconsistently coming up in the next few weeks, because Windows Movie Maker is no longer available for download, and it recently updated on my laptop, and now it won't run MP4 files on the Movie Maker itself. So what that means is I'm having problems editing my videos. This works, but it's slow, and then I can use the old version of Movie Maker on my fiance's laptop unless it updates, and then that stops working. So I'm going to be having fun kind of playing around with video editors. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully next week's will come out on Friday as scheduled as usual, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial for tonight. I'll see you there, my bunnies. Bye-bye! Alright, for this tutorial you're going to need the following colors: tan, black, gray, gold, scrap clay that you have handy, and you're also going to need glow-in-the-dark, which I forgot to put in the picture here. First, we're going to start with the scrap clay, which you're going to roll into a teardrop shape, and then you're going to cut the tip off. Then, to make it flat on the bottom, you're just going to take it and press it against your work surface, the bigger side down. Then you're done with that for now, so we're going to move on to the black color clay, which I usually use Sculpey 3 because it's a nice mix of hard and soft soft textured clay. I pre-rolled some of the balls I would need. We're going to go back to the black later, but this is the majority of them. Start with the little one by just pushing it down nice and flat, so it's a very flat dish shape, and put it on top of the scrap ball. The next ball, you're going to take the big ball that we have to the left, you're going to roll it into a little, I don't know what to call this, like a log shape, a bean shape, and then you're going to roll it out flat with your X-Acto blade or rolling pin, whatever you have. Then you're going to take your long blade and cut it into a rectangular shape that's about the same length as the scrap clay torso that you have over there. And you're going to see that I crinkled it here to give it a texture, but the texture does not hold up after I've touched it, so you can just add the texture later with the lines from a dotting tool or something. Then I wrapped it around the body and cut off the excess. Then I took the top piece off that I added earlier, so I can kind of cut this off and make it a little more flat. Voila, a little more flat. And then I still needed it to be more narrow because she has a really small waist, so I just rolled it in between my hands and made it more thin, and as you can see, the wrinkles in the dress kind of just disappeared after that. Then just go ahead and put the disc back on top, and we're going to take that last little ball of clay that we had to the right, this one right here, and you're going to roll this into a very chubby teardrop shape. And it was about a ½ inch in length, almost, not quite. Well, actually, a little bit more. Then just cut the top and the bottom off so it would be flat on both sides. Then stick a toothpick inside of the actual main base right here, and then put that other piece on the smaller side down, and the bigger side should be facing up. If you don't know, the toothpick is for stability. Next, we're going to move on to the gray color for now. We're going to pre-roll all the balls we need for this. 1 inch, almost inch long in diameter ball, and 2 tiny balls that are about a half an inch. The big ball just roll into a teardrop shape, and using the palm of your hand, press down gently so that it'll stay round on the top but be flat on the bottom. Once you do that, it should come out looking something like this. Next, you're going to want to cut it off and make it flat, and it needs to be able to line up with the torso part, so make sure it's just as small as the top of the torso part. You're going to see in the next picture where I put it on there, like so. So it needs to be about that size. So kind of thin it out if you need to. Next, I went on ahead and took a dotting tool and poked a hole in the top. I took it out of there just to make it easier for now. Then I textured the shirt with a rubber tool. And then I went on ahead and put it back onto the torso part. The other 2 balls you're just going to stick on her side because these are her sleeves. Voila. I said a little early, but voila. Next, we're going to go on to the tan color clay. And you're going to pre-roll all the balls that you need here. We're going to start with the biggest one at the very top. Roll this into a very, very pointy teardrop shape. And then press it down gently with the palm of your hand so to stay round on top but flat on the bottom, just like with the torso piece. And once you do that, it should come out looking, it'll be about 1 inch to 1 inch in size, and it'll look something like this. If you need it to be a little pointier, just give it a little pinch. Next, we're going to go on and make her neck. So we're going to use this small ball right here in the middle. And you're going to roll it into a very chubby teardrop shape, like so. And then you just need to cut off the bottom, not the top. So just that fat round end, like this. And then that fat round end you're going to stick onto the toothpick until it comes all the way out the top and push it down into that little hole on the neckline. Next, I just went on ahead and I'm going to take this, I went on ahead and took the head and put it on the neck, make sure it looked good. But don't blend it yet because you need to take that off so you can work with it. Next, we're going to make her ears. So these 2 teeny tiny balls right here, you're going to press them down flat, like so. Then just cut them in about half, and you'll get 2 semicircles. Then you can just go ahead and stick them onto her head and make sure they line up to where the eyes are going to be at. Then after that, we're going to use the 2 balls to her left and right at the top. Roll these into inch-long teardrop shapes. The rounded ends, make sure that they'll fit up here near the sleeve line. Then the other 2 small balls that we have here, you're going to roll them into teardrop shapes, but make the other ends more circular just by rolling it with your fingers, and it'll look something like this. Then just cut little fingers out with your X-Acto blade, and then just stick these forearms onto the top part of the arms. And I bent them at an angle because she's holding the, what do you call it? The shovel. Then, just for support, I put this clay here to make sure everything was looking good, but I'm not going to leave the arms on the whole time. Next, we're going to go into the gold, and there's not a lot of gold, it's just the sleeves and the little buttons. So for the buttons, just pre-roll 6 teeny tiny balls, and then just go ahead and put those onto her little dress thingy. Then for the last one, take that ball that we had to the side, the bigger one, and roll it into a very long snack shape. Then roll the snack out nice and flat. And then you're going to cut, using a long blade, cut this whole thing into 2 rectangles. Perfect. Try to make them about the same size. Then I just cut the sides of both of them at an angle, and then just cut little lines, little slits to make it look more like ruffles. Then just take it and stick it onto the torso, cut off any excess if there's any hanging off. Mine were about exactly the right size, so if you do that, they should be perfect. Next, we're going to go back to the black clay. Like I said, we weren't quite done with it earlier. And we're going to pre-roll all these balls right here. 7 balls, that's a lot. The largest one, we're just going to take it, well, not the largest one, it was the small one at the very, very top. And you're going to take it and roll it into a teardrop shape, press it down flat, And then you're going to cut off about half of it, like so. This is going to be her hat. So then we're done with that piece. So then we're going to take the second smallest ball from the top, this one right here, and you're going to just take it and roll it out nice and flat with your X-Acto blade, not too thin though. And make sure you keep the circular shape. Then just glue the top piece on top. Now it's a hat. Next, I just took the actual head off and I pressed it against the work surface so the top of her head would be flat, so when we do her hair it'll be a little easier. Now we're going on to this little ball right here and just pre-roll this into a little snake shape. And then you're going to take this is going to be the top part of her tie, so you're just going to roll this out flat. Then taking your X-Acto blade or your long blade, you're going to cut this into a rectangle similar to what you did with the gold little piece of clay. And it's about 1 inch long. Then just wrap it around her neck. And cut off any excess if there is any, but leave a little bit of space for the front of her bow tie. Next we're going to make the front of her bow tie. Take this really small ball of clay. Just using your thumbs and your index fingers, pinch it into a triangular shape. It should look something like this. And you're just going to stick this triangle right in the middle of those two little pieces that were out there. Perfect. You don't have to blend it together seamlessly. It's a tie. It's got wrinkles. Next, we're going to take this last small ball to make the bottom of the tie. Excuse me. Roll it into a pretty fat teardrop shape. Pretty long too. Then, similar to what you did with the top triangle, pinch this bottom part into a triangle shape and just kind of push it down flat with your finger. Then you're going to cut the top part off, like so. And then this flat part right here, you're just going to stick it onto the little triangle piece on the top. Perfect. And I did cut the triangle flat, so that they're both flat together. Next, I went on ahead and took the last ball of clay, the really big one, rolled it into a log shape, and I'm putting it in a clay extruder. And I'm using a tip that has like 5 medium-sized circles on it. And I'm just going to do this until I cut out as many pieces as possible. Like so. This is almost exactly what I needed. I only had 2 left over. Then this is just everything here right now. Next, you're going to take the head back off and you're going to make the mouth, the eyes, everything else. So this is the mouth. Just draw the lines. Dot 2 holes for the eyes. Then take your dotting tool or your X-Acto blade and run down lines for the face. I don't color them in like I did with the bandit, but she doesn't really have like dark colored lines on her, so I decided to leave hers more clean. Now I realize I forgot the eyeball, so I got the glow in the dark clay out and rolled 2 small balls for her eyes and just stuck these in. Next we're going to go ahead and do some painting. So you need some dotting tools, purple, black, and red paint, a dark shade of purple. First, I dotted on 2 little pupils for the eyes, or irises, whatever you want to call it here. Then, I repeated a picture. Next, I took the ball tool again and dotted 2 red dots and 1 extra red dot on the right side of the face. Then I did the lines on her arms to match her face, which I forgot to do her back part of her arms, but hey, we're not perfect. Then I went on ahead and took the purple clay and very carefully, very carefully did her eyeshadow and eyeliner. Just be very patient and slow doing this part. Then I also went back to the red because I forgot about the skull. Just do a big dot and a little line for the skull on her tie. You don't have to draw the eyes because, you know, her arms are going to cover that up. Next we're going back to her hair. Well, I realized I forgot her eyebrows, so before her hair, paint on her eyebrows with black color clay. Paint, my bad. And next, just put the strands on and let them fall kind of like loosely like a rag doll, and this is how it came out. Then once you do that, as you can see, the top part of her head's still flat. Don't put any round pieces on the top because you need it to be flat. So just kind of smush it down gently and then put the hat on. Next, the 2 excess pieces I had, I just took one and bent it into a C shape, and the other one I just bent across, and it made the top of the shovel. Then the round part, just stick it into the top of the toothpick like so, and make sure you use some glue. Now we're going to go ahead and go back to the gray color clay, because we actually got to make the bottom of the shovel. And I did a 1/2 inch long in diameter ball, and you're just going to roll this into a chunky little teardrop shape, like so. And then just roll this out nice and flat. I'm giggling because there's thunder, and lots of it. And it should look something like this once you get done. Then just kind of cut off the top really crooked like, because her shovel's kind of beat up. And then also cut off a little triangle at the very bottom, like so. Then you can go ahead and glue this onto the wooden toothpick, just like this. Just make sure it's facing the right direction. And then I went on ahead and glued her arms into the arms hole and made sure everything was glued nice and tight. After that, I just put on a little bit of gray strip right here on the hat, because I didn't realize that was there initially, but I found out like a little bit later. Next, I baked it for 350 degrees for 12 minutes in a gas oven or 9 minutes in an electric. Once she's baked and fully cooled off, use E6000 to glue her to the base. Or don't if you don't want to use a vase, but it's better in this case with the scrap clay. Next, I splattered red paint on her with a paintbrush. Let that dry completely, and then go ahead and get your polyacrylic floor varnish and glaze her up with 2 coats of glaze. And once you get done, she should look something like this. And then you are completely finished. So I just put a picture of her and Bandit next to each other, and she's going to be listed on my Etsy shop hopefully tomorrow night. And also I added a little bonus picture of their eyes glowing in the dark. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video, hopefully. Bye-bye, my bunnies.